Pakistan in the 1960s, a golden era of freedom, prosperity, and music. But the Pakistan of today is a very different place. Under siege by those holding an extreme interpretation of Islam, popular culture has been stifled, music silenced, and musicians killed.
The biggest names in the industry, people that we grew up listening to, just completely given up.
I'm Steve Chow. On this episode of 101 East, we join musicians fighting to reclaim the stage in Pakistan. It's been years since Gulzar Alam has performed in this theater. The hall was built decades ago to showcase Pakistan's rich musical talent. And for Gulzar, one of the nation's most renowned folk singers, this place once held so much promise. Today, there is only disappointment.
I still remember how the men would sit over there on one side, and the women would all sit over there. And if I or another artist would come on stage, people would shower flowers on us. Now the hall is filled with silence, and one feels scared.
Just outside these walls, those intent on imposing a strict form of Islam have attacked schools and killed scores of musicians for the crime of singing. Such threats convinced authorities it was too dangerous to allow public performances, and the concert hall was closed.
As a musician, when I think over what's happened, my heart hurts. If you remove culture from a nation, that nation dies. We have a centuries-old rich history of music. Our traditions have been attacked, murdered. It's left us all very deeply depressed.
For Gulzar, his commitment to music has come at a heavy cost. Tell me about the night your friend, Anwar Gul, was killed.
One time, we were performing in a place called Swat Valley. It used to be a peaceful place, but conditions became bad. After the performance, I told other musicians, let's stay the night. But they insisted on going back home. So we took two cars. I remember one vehicle was ahead of us on a mountain road. And then all of a sudden, men with guns jumped out. They opened fire. Many people were hit, including my friend Anwar Gul. He died later in the hospital.
Gulzar somehow survived unscathed, but he was seriously injured in another attack. Crippled for life, he now walks with a cane.
We humans are social animals. We need to connect with each other, especially friends. But so many have died, and I am now alone. For the past 2 years, I've taken sleeping pills to calm my nerves, but I believe my death will soon come as well.
Another bomb blast was there.
Gulzar takes me for a look around the city. Peshawar, located in northwestern Pakistan, sits on the border with Afghanistan. The area is a hotbed of violence. Gulzar knows each street, each area by the attacks that have claimed countless lives here.
One blast is here, no? This is the medicine market.
He's moved his family 18 times because of death threats. Still, wherever Gulzar goes, he's adored. While many music shops have been forced to shut down, Gulzar takes me to one that remains defiantly open. His music is for sale here, but it doesn't help him pay the bills. He lives in virtual poverty. How much money do you make from all these CDs?
The truth is, I haven't been paid a penny for them. We used to get $400 to $500 for a record. We actually have to pay ourselves to make CDs now, because we need to keep our names out there.
Shawali, he's in Canada.
In Canada?
Yeah. Nagma, she is in America. And Sardar Tucker, he is also in America.
Your friends have been murdered. Many other musicians have all left. Why do you stay in Pakistan? Why do you keep doing your music?
I've had my chances to leave and was offered asylum before, but I never thought it would get this bad. Now it's too late. Other countries won't accept us. I gave 35 years to music here, and I'm 55 years old. But I no longer know what to do. I can't support my family.
Gulzar makes a little income from playing at weddings, but he says it's not enough to feed his family of 6. He's now considering leaving music and working as a truck driver. Critics of music and musicians here are not hard to find. This is the Red Mosque, located in Pakistan's capital of Islamabad. It's at the heart of religious conservatism in the country. For years, it's provided ideological guidance to religious fighters traveling to Pakistan and Afghanistan to wage war. Maulana Amir Siddiqui is the head cleric. His message today, the evils of music. In 2007, the Red Mosque launched an anti-vice campaign. Students from its madrasa marched on Islamabad, dragging out and publicly beating those suspected of running brothels. They also torched shops selling DVDs and CDs. Siddiqui denies the Red Mosque promotes violence and is convinced music is wrong.
If there's something that draws a person closer towards sin, like music does, then it's forbidden. All music these days is based on temptation, emotions, and illicit relationships between men and women, which can lead to sex and sin.
What do you think of people who say that your views on music are too extreme?
The Muslim community's real issue today is that it is distancing itself from God and the Quran. And the government is unable to understand the true needs of the people, which is to move towards a true Islamic system. This is why we have all these problems in society.
Following the Vice campaign, government forces and Red Mosque followers clashed. In fierce fighting, more than 100 people were killed. Authorities later found arsenals of weaponry hidden on mosque grounds. Ever since, the government has kept close watch over the mosque. In Pakistan's largest city of Karachi, we arranged to meet a musician who's boldly challenging religious influence and those he blames for the state of Pakistani society.
Hey, Steve!
Hey.
Let's go!
Valley.
Yes. We explore the town in style.
Cool ride, man. Ali Gulpir is the country's most infamous rapper, and within minutes of meeting him, he's critiquing the injustices he sees around us.
So you can see these cars, and there are so many people who are powerful in Pakistan, and they just get a police car for personal use. They can have police cars, protect them, be there 24 hours, and what happens to the general public? Nobody's there to care for them.
Ali shot to fame a year ago when Pakistan banned YouTube. He released this music video criticizing the government for limiting free speech. Officials blocked YouTube after concerns emerged of anti-Islamic material being uploaded onto the site. Ali's mockery of what he sees as authorities pandering to religious conservatives went viral, getting more than 500,000 hits in just 2 days. The government argues it needs to ban YouTube because there is anti-Islamic material.
There's anti-Islamic material everywhere, all over the internet. You don't like 2 books in the library, you don't burn down the whole library, you know?
In a makeshift home studio, Ali and his band continue to pump out new songs. But even for the most popular rappers in the country, it's hard for any of them to make music their full-time profession.
This is something we do. I mean, every now and then we get together and just have fun.
How tough is it to survive as a musician here?
Our songs were not picked by TV channels. We were not signed by record labels, but we produced our own music and put it up.
You have to do everything yourself. You have to be your own record label. You have to be your own manager. You have to do all those things as well.
Even though they're doing it alone, their songs get millions of hits on social media. Ali doesn't see himself as only a musician. He hopes his music can help create debate and bring about change.
I know my songs will not change the course of history. I mean, they won't change Pakistan in a second, but one person at a time. I want to matter. Even if I'm a small piece of the puzzle, I want to be a piece. I don't want to be part of the problem.
What is it in your DNA that makes you want to challenge the system?
My dad went to prison for 5 years. And he himself was a very activist kind of person. To see a man go through all that just for his belief, and because of that, seeing all the respect he got, that belief made him powerful, and that's what that inspired me.
Ali's boldness has also landed him in trouble, like when he released this rap, railing against rich politicians.
So you start getting a lot of death threats, and then I used to laugh them off because I thought it was like a prank call. I didn't take them seriously, but then a black Corolla would follow me for 2 weeks. I think that was the point when I realized, okay, so this is what I've done. I've pissed some people off. And these are people who are powerful, who are trying to intimidate me. And this will be something that I'll have to deal with if I want to continue doing this.
So how do you deal with it?
I mean, there are some things that you can challenge and you'll get death threats, but there's some things that you do, you know for sure you'll die. So yeah, you just watch for those boundaries. And I don't want to. The artist, the satirist in me wants to go all out. But yeah, that's...
Thanks, Ali. The city of Karachi used to be a place of musical risk takers. In the 1960s and 70s, musicians from Pakistan and around the world flocked to the city. But today, there are few reminders of that period. Once hip venues have been left to decay. This used to be the Metropole Hotel. At one point, it was the grandest venue in Pakistan for music. Places like this hosted Dizzy Gillespie, Duke Ellington, and Quincy Jones. It's really sad to see how run down it's all become. But there are signs the government may be finally moving to help musicians. Pakistan is launching its largest ever operation against what it calls religiously fueled extremists. Hundreds of thousands of police have been deployed. That's created an environment where musicians and audiences can come together. Today, it's the biggest outdoor concert in Karachi's living memory. Still, fears of an attack means organizers need heavy security. Attendees must endure 3 separate lines of metal detectors and body searches, and no single men are allowed. It's taken months of negotiating with authorities for the concert to go ahead. A big stress for organizer Nita Butt.
Whenever you're doing a show in Karachi, you have to think about security for your own self and for the audiences. We've had an amazing response. We had almost 20,000 people yesterday. I think we've already hit that number today.
Nita says such cultural celebrations are essential for a healthy society.
When 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 people all gather in the same place and they hear the same piece of music, it is a binding experience. There is great value in putting people together so they can experience a piece of art together. There's great value that they feel safe enough. There's a bond that's created between the community.
The festival goes off without any incident. One of the most popular performances comes from a young 24-year-old. In a country with few opportunities, this is a huge moment for Sarah Hyder. The next day, we join Sarah in her band's studio. They're still buzzing about the festival's success.
Everybody in this room plays with a lot of different bands. Like this festival that just happened, like almost everybody in this room was at least in like 2-3 bands, because like they're really, really good.
They may be good, but Sarah and her band still have to work out of a studio in the basement of a house. No record labels in Pakistan are currently taking on new musicians.
I don't even know what my career or my life right now would look like if I was in a different country, because over here the way you do music is so, it's completely like, it's very difficult to explain to somebody who comes from that kind of background. The biggest names in the industry, people that we grew up listening to and admired, they've just completely given up. It's very disheartening, people walking away, especially people that you think are so successful and they're the gods and they're like, you know, the stars and the icons. It's like Freddie Mercury just deciding to open up a restaurant instead of being on stage. It's so disappointing. It's like if he can't do it, then I can't, you know?
Sarah faces another hurdle in her chosen profession, being a female musician in a conservative society.
So it's like, dun, da, dun. Women are stigmatized that they're a part of that rock music scene, because, you know, they're like, okay, you're known as I don't know how to put this sensitively, but the drugs and the rock and roll and whatnot, they all kind of go together.
You're saying that people view you as loose just because you're a singer?
That's the general perception. I'm not even talking about careers, I'm not talking about going to an office, although that's very difficult for women too. I'm just talking about a woman who wants to do something with her life.
Along with that comes very real dangers. Sabine Machmood, an activist, ran one of Karachi's only cafes that allow musicians to perform for the public. It's where Sarah had her first start.
She's a really, really dear friend of mine.
In April, on a street not far from her cafe, Sabine was shot 4 times at close range by gunmen and killed.
Did it then really hit home in terms of the threat?
Oh yeah, oh my God. If you have any kind of opinion or you're trying to do something different, you will be targeted. And anybody exposed here or singled out for doing something that doesn't quite go with the general narrative of the country, it tends to be really, really difficult.
Yet, Sarah keeps singing.
Music makes you believe that there's something else, something greater than you, that you can believe in and that you can be happy about. There's a force for positive energy in your life. That's how it's been for me, right? That's how it's been for a lot of my friends.
Sarah says her strength comes from her mum. We've been invited over for lunch to meet her and her family.
Do you think Pakistan is ready for female musicians?
There are a lot of people who would ask me, why do you let her go into singing? I mean, people are going to say, oh, she's a singer. She's not a doctor, or, you know. But I think they need to feel that this is also a respectable profession. It's just going to get better and better. So hopefully this will too.
Still, her mum worries about Sarah's safety.
There were a lot of security issues, so I would be constantly tense when they were late.
Security is better now, or?
Seems to be. Although we've had incidences, as you must have heard of Sabine.
This was a big thing in the house.
Today, Sarah has other things on her mind. For the last few years, she's been a backup singer on Pakistan's most famous music TV show. But for the first time, producers have given her a shot as a lead singer. We're now minutes before her breakout performance goes to air.
It's 4:30 on the dot. They release it, and then kind of whatever it is, whether it's good or bad, it'll be everywhere. So that's gonna happen.
Nervous?
Just a little.
Producers pair her with one of the country's most well-known male performers.
Do you feel that? Feel this?
Feel the heartbeat?
The microphone is picking up Sarah's heart beating fast.
Can I hug? I think you should be proud. Did a good job.
And for a moment, Sarah forgets all the threats and the pressures and enjoys the limelight.
You raised a strong daughter, Mom.
I'm proud of her.
Oh. Mom.
While trying to stay grounded.
It's just a song, you know, it's just a song. It's just a song.
But in Pakistan, just a song can be a powerful statement for a new future.